we have one window, and here we got one start button. When you will click on this start button, this will take some time to load, and then a hello world text will be displayed, and we have to print this hello world text on the console. So we'll be using explicit wait, which is also most common type of wait task in Wings 1 exam. Okay, so we'll see how we can do that. So first of all, I'll just copy this URL. I'll go to my editor. So I'll write driver.get and we'll pass the URL. Now, what do we want to do? We are going to learn here about explicit wait. Okay, explicit wait. We'll create a wait variable, and this wait variable will be of type web driver wait. Okay, we'll create an object of it, new web driver wait. And what do we pass here? We pass here the time. So we'll say duration dot of seconds, will pass 10 here. And we also need to import this WebDriver wait. We will import it. Okay, so what we have done, we have created a wait variable of type WebDriver wait. So this is the basic syntax that you have to follow whenever you are working on explicit wait. So what this explicit wait will do, this will wait for 10 seconds, and between these 10 seconds it will keep checking on the conditions whether that element is visible or not visible. So how we can do that, we'll see. So basically this is the common syntax that you have to follow, and you can just change the time here, the time interval. Ideally it should be not more than 10. Okay, now what we can do, now we will take this variable which we have initialized on the first line or declared on the first line. We'll say wait dot, and we have to wait until. So this until means we have to wait until some condition is met, and once that condition is met, this will proceed. So we'll say expected conditions dot, and what do we want? We want element to be visible. So we'll say visibility of element located. We'll select this method, and here we need to pass the locator. Okay, so we'll see what is the locator for it. See, this can be accessed with the tag name h4. So this is inside h4 tags. What we can write, by dot tag name, and we'll pass here h4. That's it. Okay, or what we can do is we can just say web element text output, something like this, and we can simply pass driver dot find element by dot tag name, will pass h4 here. Now what we need to do, we also need to print this out. So how we will print? We'll just do system dot out dot print, and what do we want to print? We want to print text output dot get text. Okay, that's also what we have done. We went to that URL. Okay, now we have missed one more thing. When you go to this URL now, first of all you have to click on this start button. So we haven't clicked on this button yet. Okay, so this is the button. So we'll get it, driver dot find element by dot, we'll get it using the tag name here also. Okay, by dot tag name. Notice the name of the tag, button tag. So we'll pass that here. And what do we want to do? We want to perform a click operation on it. So we'll write dot click. That's it. First we went on that URL, we clicked on that button, then we have to wait. So we have written this condition, WebDriver wait. So this will wait for 10 seconds until that element is visible, and once that element is visible, it will proceed on to the next step, that is printing the text which is coming there, that is hello world. Okay, now let's save and run and see if it works. Element on that page. Okay, basically here we got two h4 tags. That's why this is fetching the first one. So we need to get this h4 using the XPath. Okay, so I'll simply replace this here. We have to write by XPath. Okay, and here also we'll say by next path, and now this should work fine. Okay, we need to print hello world, not. Okay, now I run this again and let's see. See, the button is clicked. Now it is loading and waiting for element to be visible. And once it is visible, see, we are getting our output, that is hello world. So that was the expected output. So this was all about the wait. Now let's move on to the next topic. Okay, now the second topic is actions class, where we perform different actions like drag and drop or hover or right click. Okay, so this is one of the example where we'll be our task is to drag and drop this div or this container to the bigger div, and we have to extract this text dropped and we have to print it on the console. Okay, so that we need to do. So let's see how we can do that. First of all, I'll copy this URL. I'll refresh. Now I'll go to the editor. Now I'll write driver dot get so that we can open that URL. Now to achieve this, what we use in Selenium is called action class. Okay, we'll use actions class to achieve operations like drag and drop and right click, etc. So these all things are achieved using the actions class. Well, what I'll do, I'll create a variable action of type actions. Okay, we create an object, new actions, and what do we pass here? We pass here driver. Okay, now we need to import this actions class. Now what do we need to do? We have come to this URL. Now we need to pick this up and we need to paste it here or drop it here. So this is the source and this is the target. So this is the source element, this is the target element. So first of all, I'll have to get to this source element. So I'll inspect this because I have to pick this up. See, this is the element with the ID draggable. So I'll copy this, go to editor and I'll say web element source, or I'll say target item. This is the target item which you have to move. I'll say driver dot find element by dot id. What will pass the id, that is draggable. Okay, I'll import web element. Now what we need to do, we also need to get the location of this target where we have to or the source where we have to drop our target. So we'll inspect this also and see, this is the id, droppable is the id for it. So we'll say web element source item equals to driver dot find element by dot id. I'll similarly pass the id here. Now what we need to do, we need to use a method provided by the actions class. We'll use that variable which we have created here, action dot, and there are various functions like click and hold, context click, that is for right click, double click, drag and drop. So we'll use drag and drop. Okay, and we'll pass the web element source and web element target. So I'll use this function. Now we need to pass the source item. Okay, so I can just rename this. I'll just make it source and this is the target. Target is where we are dropping it. Okay, that's it. That's all we need to do. Okay, so I'll also add a little wait here so that you can visualize this. So wait of 3 seconds. Once you pick this up and drop it here, the text written here changes to dropped. So we need to inspect this first. So this is the text. Okay, and once we drop it here, see, this changed to dropped. Initially you can see there is only one class, that is UI visit header UI droppable. Okay, this is the class. Now see it very closely. When I drop it, the class has been changed. It has become UI state highlight. Okay, so copy this class and I'll say driver dot find element by dot xpath. I'll write an xpath by my own. I'll say div @class, and which class? This class, okay, which has UI state highlight, and we want to get the text from it, and we'll store this in a variable string output text equals to this, and now simply we'll console this. Okay, now let's save it and run it. Let's see what happens. Okay, I think something is wrong here. We are getting some error. What is the error? Okay, we are getting this error because we forgot one thing to do here. So always make sure when you use this actions class, you have to use one more function called perform to perform the action on it. Okay, so basically you have told Selenium that this is the action, and the action is drag and drop. You have provided the source item and target item, but you need to perform that action also. You need to tell to perform that option. To perform that, we need to add one more function called dot perform. Okay, and we are making one more mistake here. If you see this drag and drop, these diffs or these containers are present inside an iframe. So we have to switch to this iframe from this parent window, and then only we'll be able to access these items. Okay, so this was the mistake that we were doing. We were not accessing the iframe, and we were directly trying to access these items. So that's why Selenium is not able to access this, and we are getting this error that unable to locate element. Okay, so to fix this, what we'll have to do, first of all, when we'll go to this URL, we'll have to switch to the iframe. So how we can do that? So to switch to iframe, we have to write driver dot switch to dot frame. Okay, and now you can provide the index. So this is the only frame that we have here, so I'll give 0th index. You can also access it like using various ways. You can also access it using the locators. Okay, but here this is the first frame and this is the only frame, I think, so I'll use this index method. I'll save this, I'll run this again, and let's see. Now we are able to drag and drop the element, and if we come back to our browser, we are able to see the text in the console also that is dropped. So this is how you can achieve drag and drop functionality in Selenium. So there are many other things which comes under the actions class, that includes context click, double click and all. So I'll show you. See, you can perform these all types of actions like keyboard actions, mouse actions, pen actions, and scroll actions. So some of the mouse actions include click and hold, click and release, alternate button clicks, right? So you can explore more on this official Selenium website. So that was all in this video. We'll cover more topics in upcoming videos. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to channel if you haven't, and if you want more videos on Selenium, just comment which type of videos you want. If you want to connect with me one-on-one on call, then you can click on my TopMate link and reach out to me there. Thank you for watching the video.